Welcome into the DNVR Avalanche pregame show presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. Use code DNVR when you sign up for a new account to get amazing odds boosts every single day. Rudo, Meghan, Blais coming to you live as the Avs take on the Buffalo Sabres for the second time this season tonight, this time at home. And importantly, Evan Rodrigues back in the lineup. We'll talk about him in a little bit. Before we get into that, first of all, Pavel Francouz is out sick tonight. So that is why Jonas Johansson was called up. It's still going to be Georgiev starting either way, though, so no problem there. The other side, we already know Blais is a believer in Buffalo.
That's right.
Meghan, do you think they're legit, or are they quit?
They're legit right now.
At this moment?
Absolutely. I think they pose a legit problem. I hate saying legit. I think that's the last time. Problem tonight.
Are they a playoff team, though?
I don't know about that.
Fingers crossed.
This couch has
It's
a lot
really-
of power, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's
Sorry, Hudon is siphoning it all, Buffalo. Can't help you.
it's pretty hard over there on the East Coast too. I mean, I think they're 7 points back from a playoff spot right now. 4 teams in front of them. There's a lot of points being scored on the East Coast right now, so
East continues to be a bit crazy, to say the least.
they would have to keep doing what they've been doing in the short amount of time that they've been winning. They get hot and then they go cold. They get hot. And
They
get
got to
cold.
find a little consistency there.
They are super fun to watch, though.
Their
They are
key to
very
the
fun.
game has to be the same thing the Avs need to stop, Tage Thomson.
Yeah, oh man!
What do the Avs have to do to limit him?
Don't let them shoot the puck in the slots.
Yeah, keep him out of their offensive zone.
Just entirely. Is that reasonable? Are we talking about a guy who is stoppable here, or are we talking about someone that you just prevent as much as you can and then outscore that problem?
Yeah, prevent as much as you can, and his line mate Cousins. Like, you have to watch out for all of them. So I'm sure there's going to be some potential for breakdowns to happen. So you do need to also provide some goal support.
Okay.
Yeah, it's that McKinnon-McDavid type of thing where you can only hope to contain them a little
Right,
bit, right?
right.
Because they are going to get their chances. They are going to get their shots on net. That's just the type of player they are.
Okay.
Also, on top of that, Tage Thomson, junior Colorado Eagle alumni.
So just so we're clear, not a Thunderbird.
Not a Thunderbird.
Not a Thunderbird.
Just checking. No reason. So the rest of these lineups, let's face it, Buffalo's weak spot is almost certainly in net. Is this a game you can see the Avs starting to put up a few more goals?
To be honest, I have felt like the last 2 goaltenders they faced, that conversation
Sandstrom,
was even
yeah.
stronger.
True.
The argument to be made there with the offensive addition of Evan Rodrigues. You really like to see it. I'm curious to see how the lines roll out tonight. I think they're going to break up the Comfer Cogliano line and move LC down. And so I think that line is an interesting line for Rodrigues to be on. I don't know what to expect from production then in that case. But short answer is I don't know that the situation is that much different from what they've been up against. They're just a little bit healthier now.
Okay. Fair enough. Let's just get into it then. Evan Rodrigues obviously makes the team better immediately. There's no doubt about that. He was a guy who, before the injury, was establishing himself on the Avs' second line. Expectations, slow start, or can he be one of these guys that gets back quick? You know, we've seen a little bit all over the board. Nichushkin a little bit on the slower side. Lehkonen came back pretty hot and heavy. So can ERod have that immediate impact, or is this just get your legs night?
I personally feel it's a get your legs night, though I would love to see him do more than just that. Even Lehkonen and Nichushkin took at least a game before it really seemed like they started to look a little more comfortable, and so I just don't have a higher expectation for Rodrigues in that case too.
I mean, whatever I say, it's going to be the exact opposite. I think it's going to be a slow start as well. So that means that he'll probably have a 2-point night tonight. So, you know.
Meghan, you kind of alluded to this already about them potentially breaking up that Comfer line. Is there any consideration? Do you leave the top 3 together with Lecky, Nuke, and Mikko, or do you consider moving one of them and kind of creating a pair of ERod in one of them and then Mikko in one of them?
I don't know if that moves the needle for me in terms of change. Like, I actually think in looking at the changes to be made, this makes the most sense because I think LOC I think it's going to be like Dryden Hunt, Newhook, LOC.
Sure.
I think I like what stability LOC can bring to that line with Newhook. I think that is something that Newhook has sort of needed, is someone who is a little heavier on the forecheck, a little more reliable defensively. And then in the case of Rodrigues, Comfer is kind of hot right now, so hopefully together too that has more an offensive threat than I normally would say it does.
Am a little bit curious. I'm assuming they're going to drop ERod back in at center, but we'll see. They could try and keep Comfer there. I don't actually know for sure. With the rest of their lineup, so I guess that would leave Myers, Hudon, and
Foodie intact.
Yes. So you still have one line that's stuck together. I guess the top line would be stuck together at that point too.
1 and 3.
Yeah. With 2 and 4 getting a little bit of the shakeup, which fine with. I not trying to be mean. There is a ceiling to Logan O'Connor's game. I think that's just the reality of it. He will give you more effective minutes if you move him down the lineup. Arguably true of Andrew Cogliano as well. Like you said, it's really Comfer, the one that I think you would keep up there for sure. So we'll see exactly how it shakes out. As always, the caveat with these conversations, give it to the middle of the second period and Jared Bednar will be full sending the next 3 forwards that are at the top of your head together. So that will be part of it for sure. Frankie just has an illness. No big deal.
Yep.
He's fine. Just out sick. So no biggie.
Just like the real world.
Yeah.
Everybody.
There's a lot of the flu going around for sure.
Interesting. All right, we were very wrong about the lines.
Were we, though?
No, you're right. The
Yeah.
blendy things.
Things will not stay in any particular
They're
way.
finally letting Charles Hudon play center.
Are they, though? Just going to keep that answer to everything.
That's hilarious.
Megan, it's my birthday. Is it, though?
Is it though? Are you sure? Frankie's sick. Is he, though?
That's the closest I can get to making Daenerys face, the meme of her being like,
I know exactly which one.
yeah.
That sounds more like, really, Jan?
Sure, Jan.
Avs are the healthiest they've been in a very long time. Still no McKinnon. Still none of the guys that have been out all year, obviously. No Byram. We're starting to drift in a weird spot with this roster where they're back on the upswing. Should the expectation become win every night again, or are we still waiting on that step?
I mean, I definitely think you've got to basically win out against teams that are below you in the standings. This is one of those teams. Though they are kind of a weird team, right? Like, one of the successes that the Avs have had is keeping opponents into a low-scoring game. This isn't the Buffalo game this year anymore.
They've been playing fire wagon for sure.
I mean, yeah, the Kings tried to do it 2 nights ago, and they were successful for 2 periods. And then all of a sudden, Buffalo decided to score 6 goals in the 3rd period. So that's going to be the hard part about tonight. But moving forward, like what you were talking about, yes, they should be starting to get back. Your top 6 is starting to look like the top 6 it should be. So you should be winning considerable amount of games. Now, without McKinnon, maybe there is that like edge there where you don't win those games against high-end opponents. Your New Jerseys, your Bostons, things of that nature.
Thankfully, I don't have to play Boston again. So
True. we already lost.
Yeah, took care of those losses early.
It's the situation where you just want to see them string together wins, and if they don't win against a team like this, they have to defeat a greater team down the line, and they just make those hurdles a little bit more challenging for themselves.
That's a good
and
point.
so that's why you'd like to see them win a game like tonight, because the odds moving forward can get a little more challenging, especially with some of those contests at the end of the month.
Blais kind of stepping us into our next topic. The Avs have found success the last few games as more of a team that is limiting the opponent's opportunities rather than succeeding at creating their own. 1, is that sustainable? 2, is ERod enough to push them towards a higher octane team? Let's put it that way.
Will you repeat the question? I'm so sorry.
Avs stylistically have been lower event over the last couple of games, and they've found success there. One, can they do that against Buffalo? Two, does getting someone like ERod back help them raise the energy level?
I think it has to. I think the Avs, I don't know, when there was commentary last season about the Avs being the hot girls with no personality, I felt like some of what the Avs can do is either force you to play their game or, when the occasion requires it, sort of match the other team and what their style of play to. And because Buffalo has been high event hockey, especially with what they can do on the power play, I think the Avs will have to rise to the occasion to meet that pace too, especially if that's what they're seeing on the other end of the ice. So I do think that can absolutely happen.
Okay.
Is it sustainable? Yes. I mean, that's like kind of like what you want to see when you're going into the playoffs, right?
For sure.
Is a team that can just kind of stop the other team from getting on the board and then just beat them enough to win 2-1 games, 3-2 games, things of that nature. But you would like the Avs to do, like what you were saying, is be able to play any style like they were last year. They could play any style of hockey you wanted them to do, and they would just be better at it. I think this is the low scoring. It looks like they've kind of figured out how to do it, and so hopefully they can keep doing it.
I wanted to jump back to the ERod conversation. Let's go ahead and assume he's on a line with Compher and Cogliano. How are you organizing that? Is Compher the trigger man? Is ERod the trigger man? Who do you want to see shooting the puck on that line?
I think ERod's shot probably poses a little more of a threat, in my opinion.
I agree. We see ERod try YOLO pass man sometimes.
Yeah. Yes. I have seen him do that too.
Okay, so ERod trigger man, just tell him shoot the puck. And,
ideally.
Okay.
We'll see what actually happens.
Of course.
Is he, though?
So, look, I do think the Avs are getting closer to playing towards the identity that we all know from them.
Yep.
But are they fully there? Absolutely not. So, I don't know if they are in a spot where they can really take over and control games like you guys were talking about. It might have to be play Buffalo style and make it work that way. Honestly, still a team the Avs should beat. I look at these two teams on paper, and sure, Buffalo's on the up, but even without McKinnon, with now 4 of their top 6 forwards back, a still solid defensive core intact even without Byram, the Avs should be a solid playoff team with their roster as currently constructed. So you got to beat the teams that are on the fringes if you want to be that. All right, time to make some money.
Oh, man, this is the goal scorers bonanza.
Oh, God.
Right here.
Here we go.
Though I said it's going to be a low-scoring game, I went with all goal scorers this time. If you don't take Tage to score a goal in his last 5 games...
How is that plus?
I know. He has 8 goals in his last 5 games. I think it's 21 or 23 goals on the season. Kind of a lock for him to at least score a goal against somebody. Nuke, anytime goal, he's got to get going.
It's time for him, yeah.
I'm going to keep riding that until it happens. And then Mikko was off the score sheet last game, so I think he gets back on there.
Back.
He's an elite player. You can't keep him off the score sheet for long.
Agree with the top and the bottom one. There was once upon a time where Nuke went 92 games in a row without scoring a goal, so you never know how long you have to ride that
Don't
train.
speak that on him.
Yeah, that's awful.
He was a different person back then,
He was,
for sure.
genuinely.
I don't think it will go even 10 games without a goal, but, cold streaks happen. Just throwing it out there. Looking forward to this one. Certainly the way Buffalo plays, it should be a fun game one way or another.
Yeah.
So hopefully Georgiev can bounce back. Are we taking this one seriously for Georgiev? Does he need a good game tonight? Or is this just don't completely fall apart?
Goalies always need a good game.
Okay. A fair point, but he's, has had a couple of iffy ones in the last 2. Would you like to see a bounce back, or are you not
Absolutely.
sweating it?
No, I'd like to see him bounce back.
Okay.
Because I think he can. Not like if he fails to bounce back, I'm canceling him.
Sure.
I mean, it would be great for his confidence, especially against a team that has a high-powered offense that likes to score in bunches.
Definitely would make the Avs' job easier tonight, for sure. But we are roughly 10 minutes from puck drop, so we're going to wrap up this pregame show. Be sure, you can still get tickets to the party bus if you want to get in on that. Last chance to do it is today and tomorrow. We're going on the party bus on Saturday, so be sure to jump on that. I promise there will be no Elvis impersonators on the party bus.
So sorry.
No, it was great. We appreciate all y'all. Come join the watch along if that's your thing. If not, be sure to tune in. Same YouTube channel for post game. So like and subscribe. We appreciate all of you, and we will talk to you in a little bit.